What's up, guys? Today we're playing Ep.7, and today is 23 in our Noob to Awesome series, free to play Path to Endgame. We've just entered in that very crucial mid game. We have an early game that leads us through episode 1 and 2. You've just started into some of your arena. You're probably up to maybe silver or gold rank, and now we're in that mid game. We've started episode 3. We're in Master's class for the arena. We're marching on to Challenger. We also passed Abyss 80 and we're doing Expedition. So, very, very fun stuff coming up as we march through episode 3, enter into episode 4, hopefully come on to Abyss 100 and enter into that initial phase of Endgame. But today we're talking about the Huche pop up shop. We're also going to go into some Labyrinth gear, talk about episode 3, and do some summons. I'm excited. Let's go get to it. Very first thing we want to talk about today is the Huche pop-up shop. This is Little Blue Devil over here on the left. Wherever your Garo is, he will be here as well, and he pops up to take all of your Sky Stones. He does have quite a lot of things in his inventory. Now, as we scroll down, we can see that we have permanent items, and then these things with a clock on them. These are going to be items that are going to refresh once every 12 hours. It does not matter if you buy them or not, they're still going to refresh. Now, as we look at some of the things that are worth it to buy in this shop, we can look at things like the random 85 epic equipment. I've refreshed this a couple of times and we can see we can get really, really amazing things. We want to have at least 29 gear score here, and we want to have items that are going to be very good for us. This is going to be mostly end game when they're looking for very specific gear that's great that will help elevate them in that competition. As you're going forward in sort of your new and beginning game, this is not something that we're going to spend a lot of time on, but you can see this is a very good example of an amazing piece of gear, and refreshing is completely free. So that's very nice. We also see down here we have leaves. Now, if you were to buy these 4 leaves, that's going to be 150 sky stones. At 80 energy each, that's going to be 320 energy, or roughly 2.1 energy per sky stone. If we go in and we just refresh that energy, then we can see that 30 energy is worth, or 30 sky stones is worth 60 energy. So if we refresh this 6 times, that would give us 360 energy. And if we divide that, that's going to give us 2.0 energy per sky stone. So it's a marginal increase to buy the leaf instead of going in and buying energy with your sky stones. If you're end game and you are a fairly active player, which means that you are using up all of your leaves to, farm out hunts and things like that, then I would say that buying the leaf is worth it. If you're a casual player, meaning that you probably have more than 300 leaves, you don't play enough to burn all your leaves through, then I would say you probably skip this. And if you are, a player that only logs into your dailies, you probably have like 1,000 leaves, definitely you want to skip. There are other things that you might like in this shop, and so we're going to go ahead and get to those next. The next thing that we're going to go ahead and talk about is going to be the Huchi's Lucky Chest. So when we scroll down here, we see this Lucky Chest item, and it's kind of an enigma. You don't know what's going to be in there. I can tell you everything in this chest is worth more than 100. You can get Galaxy bookmarks, you can get MolaGora, you can get 5-star summoning tickets. A 5-star summoning ticket is worth 1,200 Skystones, and it might only cost you 100. Now, Leafs is going to be the most thing that you get at a 30% ratio, and I'm going to link the probability in the description if you're interested. That's mostly what you're going to get, but you can also get those other things at a very small percentage. So let's go in. Let's go ahead and buy this right now so you can see how it works. Did I buy the right thing? Okay, I got a 4-star hero. That was from the 4 to 5-star summoning ticket. That's 1,200 value. I've actually never gotten that before, so pretty cool. When we click on this detail button, oh, here we go. It tells you things here. Very nice. But let's go and buy it again. We got leaves. We got accessory charms. The accessory charms are worth 200. Epic Catalyst, very good. Man, I really need some Epic Catalyst. That's worth 300. So we're off to a great, great start on the lucky chest. A lot of times, you might get leaves every single time, but we got rare catalysts now, and that is a great value for us. I would say no matter who you are, come in, buy the lucky chest. You might get 5 galaxy bookmarks, and that'll help you to come in and summon one of the Moonlight heroes. Speaking of summons, we have gone in so far already, and we've beaten up to Abyss Floor 82, which is really, really cool. As we see for Abyss Floor 80, we're going to get gold transmit stones, and at 79, more gold transmit stones. So we're going to utilize these in our shop right now. So let's go
What do you think?
into our transmit shop. Before that, though, I got to make sure and collect this thing on the right. When you see these rank up packs, there is a free component on the left. We've mentioned this a couple of times in our videos. Receive all. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Now, this says if you want to spend money, you'll get additional items. But of course, we're on a free to play account, so we're not going to do that. We have the rank up pack number 3, and we've already gotten into number 61. So that's really good. It goes all the way to 70. But today we're going to the gold transmit store, or the transmit stone shop, to use our gold transmit stones. Let's go with that. So let's go ahead. We're going to do 4 today. Oh, nice. Let's do that. I'm also going to come in and buy these MolaGora. I'm going to buy this here. You want to make sure that you're buying this every single week. It doesn't matter who you are. You need to be buying this. That's going to give you endgame material. I know that I'm going to need a lot of the ego fragments, and you can go ahead and buy them if you want, but these are available 2 per week. Later, when we get to end game, we're going to start using up these artifact charms more, but for right now, I don't have too many, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick with this. All right, let's go get our summons on. Get the summons on. Start with a warm-up 7, Covenant warm-up 7. Here we go. Okay, Nemenas, we had her before. She's going to be an imprint for us just so that we can go ahead and release. Now we do have elemental summons as well. This is from the hunt challenges. I'm very nearly done with the Wyvern one, and we're going to start talking about that Wyvern team, but I haven't started yet because I'm doing episode number 3. So let's go ahead and we're going to start on this. Now these connections are also available through your guild. You get them as rewards every week and also for doing the world boss. So keep that in mind that you do want to have a guild.
Thank you.
Rima, not using you. Specialty change. They gave him some, like a interesting outfit. But really they made him so very specialized into green that just not worth really building that hero. I'm probably going to finish specialty change just for fun, but not going to build him. Mom Moranci, she's amazing. We have her specialty change done in one of our previous videos. I'm using her for all of the Abyss levels, and she's doing fantastic. How many more of these do we have? We have 3, 4 more. Can we get a spark? We don't. Come on. Jenna, she has a specialty change as well. I've honestly never used her. I didn't think she was amazing. I don't see her in the meta. Maybe she is amazing, but we're going to use her specialty change, and I'll let you know how it goes. Now we're getting the spark. Please, Crow. Give me... No, okay, not Crow. Who do I even want that's a... Oh, man. So we get Roman. Roman is not used anymore. He's actually pretty cool. He does a whole bunch of stuff. Dispelling buffs, increased combat readiness, poison as well, and then we have the combat readiness decrease, which is fantastic for control. The problem is that he's too slow, and so we're not really using Roman because he's a PvP hero, but not really widely used in the meta. Give me oh, again? Who are we gonna get?
I am
Oh,
successor to the Nixie clan.
Domino. She's actually kind of interesting. They buffed her recently. What she does is reflect 30% of the damage, so that is actually kind of cool. So when an ally suffers a critical hit, she's going to do a reflect once every 5 turns, and she's going to give all of that back, all that damage back. Unfortunately, people don't really use her. I don't know why, but for a very long time, she wasn't good enough. They buffed her, and then they gave her this amazing reflectability, but I don't see her pop up in the meta. I think that if you want to sort of, troll someone, then it might be kind of fun. But I don't build heroes just for trolls, so we're gonna see. We'll see what else we get. Come on, Crow. Can I even live without Crow? I'm not sure. Yay. Okay, that was not great. 12 summons left to our guaranteed 4 to 5 star hero. Let's go ahead. We're going to do it. We're going to spark right now, right here. Let's go. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Thief.
Do you think you can handle the power I possess?
Arbiter Vildred. The OG. Give him the snakes. Can you feel the ruin? Oh, man. Arbiter Vildred. He's amazing. He's amazing. Fell off quite hard into PvP. Still very usable, but with a lot of counters. Arbiter Vildred was awful. They buffed him. They made him so good. They had to put out like 8 counters just because people were destroying everybody with Arbiter Vildred. What he does is he's going to S3, hit everyone, and give them decreased hit. Then when you kill him, he's going to resurrect, get his next turn, do this again, and then he's going to blast you super, super hard. If you kill an enemy with this, cooldown does not occur. Cooldown does not occur. This means that you can stack him with a ton of damage gear, put him into story mode, and he's just going to one-shot, 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 one-shot. Arbiter Vildred. Man, I'm not sure I want to even do the summons. How can we top this? Pretty nice. Just kidding. We're still going to do the summons. But come on. Oh, we don't. We can't get Spark every time. Can I get a Doris? I don't.
The worth of a man is not determined by appearance, but by actions. I'll forge my own way no matter what.
Gunther. Gunther is he's a troll, right? Gunther's a troll. He looks like a troll. He has a amazing attack increase. He can get thousands and thousands of attack, and you can build him with other heroes to use, like Lilia's, and she's going to do a ton of damage because she's going to use his attack as her skill. Now, he has really built in a lot of mitigation, and I think he has a stun. There it is, stun onto his S number 3. He's a 3-star unit, which means he doesn't have a lot of HP and defense, but you can really, really stack him up. Also, funny story, if you build Gunther, and even though he can't crit, right, it says he can't crit, you can stack him with 100% critical with all this attack, and he gets like 200 CP, and then you can put him into the world boss, which is really, really funny. I'm probably not going to build Gunther, because we're going to give this account away. Someone's going to enjoy that Arbiter Vildred, but Gunther, a meme unit who can be very, very fun. Oh yes, here we go. Another thief.
Are we assassinating someone today too? Who's
Assassin Sid, one of the fastest heroes in the game. I think the only heroes faster than him are going to be Kayron and Ran. Very, very cool unit. I think maybe Peyra too, I forget. But they recently gave him an exclusive equipment. He's very, very usable. Even if you don't have speed gear, he hits like a truck. If you utilize his S3, he's going to silence and reduce the combat readiness, give himself evasion, and remove souls. So if you can get him to a very high speed, he's good into a lot of PvP combat like an RTA where you have souls. Now onto his S number 2, I guess it's a passive ability. When an enemy dies, he's going to get increased attack and combat readiness. So that is pretty good. Even if you don't run him the fastest, you can run somebody else fast who one-shots, then that boosts him up, and now he's going to take out somebody else. Hits very, very hard when you have that gear. Do we have another summon? We do. We do. We have it. We're going to
The
get it.
power of the desert
What do I even want?
is
I don't
weakness.
even know. Let's go. Okay, I want a Doris. Can I get a Doris? Doris, Doris.
I'll do my best not to let you down.
There we go. Doris has an amazing specialty change. She is the premier tank that I like to use in Guild War for all those Apocalypse Ravis out there who just want to troll the devil out of you. Doris will never die to an Apocalypse Ravi. Once you do the specialty change, she's fantastic. I consider this a win. She's a solid 4-star hero when we do her specialty change. I'm definitely building her for PvP. Very excited to get Doris. Now that we've hit level 61, there's also a couple of things that we're going to do. Let's get this day 21 reward. I almost forgot about it. Okay, we get Dingo. Not widely used. Kind of a cool guy, but not someone we're going to use. We'll go ahead and collect this again. Brave Crest, get some MolaGora, and then we're going to come into our events. For the hunt challenge, I've gone all the way through and I'm on hunt number 12, so we're going to be finishing this up, but I'm going to do episode 3 first, and I also want a free unequip event so I can put some gear onto my cigarette. Once you hit 61, now we're seeing that we're opening up the hard MolaGora challenge, and this also brings in hunts. It brings in expedition, arena, which we already finished, and energy, we already finished that as well. Expedition, even at level 1, is an amazing place for you to get a lot of reforged gear. If we go into our expedition here,
Not
we
many
can
can be
see
trusted with a task
that we
like this.
just
I'll
finished
keep
this
it
up
count you.
at level 1. You don't have to do a lot. I'm only doing 30,000. We're entering into that open recruitment, and there are maps here for other people who need help, and there's a lot of folks that are contributing to be able to beat this. So don't be afraid to come in and do some damage onto this open recruitment. Make sure that you're getting all of the things that you need to progress in the game. Now that we finished that, we collected half of this on the last one. Let's go
You'll be able to
ahead. We're
take
going to
different
collect the
items,
rest, and
depending
that's
on
going to
what
give
you
us a
want
ton of
coming.
materials. Also, if you go in and click the premium supply pass here, it costs 1500 and you're going to get additional materials. You're going to get some charms, which is okay. You're going to get to be able to reforge 1.5 more of your conversion. You're going to get conversion chests. You're going to get MolaGora, and then also you're going to get one additional reforge onto your gear and a couple of additional gold transmit stones. I consider the early game to be episode 1, episode 2, and also unrecorded history. Now, I also consider that as part of arena. When you're arena gold and less, that's still going to be very early game. Once you get into arena masters and challenger, and you're also in abyss 70 and higher, episode number 3, now we're entering into this mid game, and now it's starting to get a little more serious. You have to sort of think about what you're doing and how to gear your heroes. So when we look at episode number 3, this is map number 1. I'm going through and I'm just doing the main storyline in that map, and then I'm moving on to the next one. So when we look at it, you'll see I haven't finished any of the stars, and there's a reason for that. When we come into it, we're going to see that we have quests down here into the national info button. When we click on that, we're going to get a ton of different kinds of quests that we can do to help build up our trust, and that's going to open up trust rewards, but it's also going to give us more things in the shop. This gear at level 80 is worth it. You should buy this gear. It's going to be fantastic. You can use this all the way into end game. You can't reforge it, but still very, very good gear. So make sure that you're coming in and doing all of these quests. Now, this one here is Lafundus. When we go to Policia, we're going to see that the faction now has changed into a different faction. So now we open up the Policia faction, and now we have a different set of quests. This is also important. We're going to see Wittenberg, and then in Dragon Valley here, we're going to see another one, and this is called the Tundra. Now, as we go through, it's going to repeat Wittenberg again, Lafundos again, Tundra again. So we're seeing that as we go through the game, you're going to have multiple levels and you're going to complete a lot of these quests without even trying, just as you're going through the main story. Once I get into 10 here, then I really want to go all the way to 10 without beating the final boss. I don't want to come in and beat the final boss yet. I'm going to go back and then I'm going to redo all of those stars to get the rewards and to make sure I finish out all of our factions here to not only get the items, right? Oh, that's cool, but I really want to get the Mercedes data. This is very, very important. You're going to be able to get upgrades for Mercedes at the end of episode 3. And so I really want to get this, which is going to be fantastic. Once you pass episode 3, 1010, we're going to have this little thing that pops up around here somewhere, and it's going to be the Mercedes upgrade. So we're making our way to that and collecting all the rewards as we go. And speaking of rewards, don't forget to come into the summer break and make sure that you're getting all these rewards as well. You have some like emojis or stickers or something here, but you also have this ring, which is going to be fantastic. In fact, let's go ahead and we're going to roll it right now so I can show you exactly why you want to come in and do this. I have it, and we are going to roll it. Nice. A +6 crit chance. Max roll crit chance. Look at that. It gave me a +12 there. That is amazing. 4 more crit chance. I'll take that all day long. What else can I get? 5 health. Okay, not too great, but it's an okay roll. We're right on track to where we want to be. Let's see what we get again. At a +12. Okay, we get some more health. Now we're looking at bruiser type gear. Now, as I get into the equipment score, we talked about this on our last episode. All of my level 88, all of my 85 gear that's reforged, I want to be 90 or more. So this is definitely going to roll in. Let's go ahead and see how that goes up. Ideally here, what I would want is hopefully a pretty good roll into crit chance. And now this can be utilized onto one of our HP, or really a bruiser attacker, right? Bruiser attacker. I love to see a crit chance on a crit set because now we're looking at getting to that 100% crit, which is really, really good. Let's see what else we get. Come on. I know you want to roll max crit damage. Not amazing roll. We get a low roll in the crit damage, but still we hit that mark 90 and we don't have to spend reforged materials to get us into this range, right? It's immediately usable by a ton of heroes, maybe even Arbiter Vildred. That would be pretty fun. But now also that we have gone through and we finished all of our summer break, now it's going to be time to pick a different side story. I have finished Tamarin, which is an amazing hero to use. We don't know what's going to come up in the next banners until they go through a maintenance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a side story, and there are some heroes that I really, really want. You guys know I'm not sure I can live without Crow, so he is very high up on my list. I think as we go down through as well, we want to highlight some other heroes that are going to be fantastic. I absolutely love Rowana. I don't like her art. I don't like the art, I'll be honest. But she's an amazing, amazing hero. I really want to pull her, but I'm not going to do it until I finish the Banshee because I want to make sure that I don't get her through there. Cecilia, also fantastic in a ton of content. But what I'm looking for now is I'm looking for someone. He's locked. Can't do that. Zahak, probably one of my very favorite guys in the whole game. If you have decent speed gear, decent attack stats, he's going to do a ton of work for you in this meta. Just a ton of work. But you know me, I'm not sure I can live without my crow. Let's go ahead. We're going to start crow right now. In 2 weeks, I'll probably end up doing Rowana, but make sure every 2 weeks you're coming in to do side story because look at this, all this amazing stuff that you can get from the shop. Also, it's going to give you a MolaGora and it's going to give you the gold from the goblin. So really, really fantastic. Make sure we're doing this. In our last episodes, we've been talking a lot about gear, and I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to roll a ton of gear through the crafting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come into the AP exchange in episode number 3, and I'm going to start buying all of this amazing gear. It's going to be fantastic. We see that we have some gear here that is listed for HP set. As we move forward, we're going to start to see now we have a destruction set, which will be fantastic. This is going to be a way that you can utilize the episodes to now gear out a lot of heroes and build that bench. The bench is going to come up a lot further getting this gear for things like your guild boss, right? Your world boss. Also for heroes that maybe you want to use and you don't have access to this type of gear quite yet. Maybe you're not going into Golem yet, or maybe you're not going into Wyvern yet. That's going to be fantastic. Another place that we're going to go is we're going to come into the Labyrinth, and this is a fantastic place to get gear as well. If we look at Nixie here, we see that she's providing a lot of this speed set gear, which is going to be an amazing opportunity for us. You can now take this, put it onto someone like Furious, and then take him into Wyvern 13 to farm even more speed gear. This will also work well on someone like Carmen Rose. It'll work onto Helga. There's a lot of heroes that you can utilize to really pull up this gear. You can see that we're also getting it from our chest. Here's another crit set. Here's another destruction set. This is going to be great gear that you can really use, and we want to build this first before we're wasting a whole bunch of gold materials onto that other type of crafting. Into the Asmaculus, what we see is that we have an opportunity to get good gear here in level 80, but understand that it's going to be random effects. So while we're going to go through this on our way to Hell Raid, we also have to understand that it might not roll as good as possible. And that ends it for today for us. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Go out and get into episode number 3. Let me know if you have problems, and we'll post up videos beating the content that you're having a problem with and really help you to move along and get that Mercedes upgrade. Give me a like so other people just like you can find it as well. Until next time, happy hunting and good luck on your battles.